Right. Sound check. Wait, was that on the computer? Yeah, working. Right, hi everyone. So I'm here for a wee lunchtime live. And like I'd said, if you haven't seen me saying that, I'm going to be. Now, this isn't the first time I've done this. I've done it other years, but um, because basically next to no one watches the videos that I film on my own, which I quite like doing, um, it's becoming pointless to do them. Like, to be honest, it really is. Or when I do them, I think I should do what I'm probably going to do today if I remember and just film them live, like, so that you can film it with me and then I'll, like, hide it and make it visible again. Because, yeah. Okay, so your best friend might need you. Now, this could be a best friend or this could be a twin flame because uh, it's a twin flame thing as well. True friends stick together no matter what because it just pulled my eyes in. Or, of course, if you're new, because I'm a medium as well, not because I'm a medium, but I can feel it, there could be a best friend reaching out to you from the spirit world, especially because actually uh, Neptune in Pisces full stop, but Neptune, the very last degrees of Pisces, conjunct this moon in Pisces, literally just for like the next 10 minutes. Well, just over that. That's very psychic energy. That is very spirit world. So, there's a lot. Yeah, and now they're pulling my eyes to the sign of a friend in the spirit world because you can't see it, but there's a bird on my wall. But even that's quite interesting, isn't it? I can see it, but you can't. So it's kind of symbolic of people that can talk to the dead. But everybody can do it if you tune in. It's just like not everyone can play the piano or not everyone can sing. You can still have a go. Do you know what I mean? But oh God, that's a bit of a loaded topic. Yeah, yeah. But basically, you know what I mean? Like talk to your loved ones in spirit and you can get the signs from them. But when it comes to then the shaman part of me is don't just wander into the spirit world with no protection. So, because that's where my mediumship and my shamanism clash a bit, because a lot of mediums, a lot of ones I respect, just like go about saying that there aren't dark spirits and demons and that, and the people that say that are talking shit. And I just think that's like the height of ignorance because there are. Open your fucking third eye. And that's what I say all the time. And oh my God, this is quite funny, right? I know what I'm about to say and I can't stop myself from saying it. It is the Mercury in Aquarius right now. Um, Here's a good example, right? I went on a mediumship Zoom during the pandemic and they'd all done something. Do you know what I mean? They'd all done something, they were all celebrating it. And I just keep my mouth shut and I'm like, that's funny, eh? You'd think, well, these dead folk giving you a heads up that one of them would tell you that that was like a big trick and you've just been fucking bamboozled. But no. Anyway, but that's because Pisces is lies. The shadow side, I say all the time that the Pisces, its shadow is lies and deception. And that was one of the biggest deceptions going. And so if you're still signing up and getting bumped up or whatever the hell they call it, please wake up to that. Because whenever we get to the next new moon or full moon in Virgo, that's when they always put the fear of God in people. Ah, interesting. And the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. So maybe that's why they're getting my sun, raw and real Aries energy in the house of discernment, Virgo, to give a big reality check to people that could be still in cuckoo land about that. Hello, Tony. How are you doing? Tony, I am completely in my shadow. And I don't know about you, but I'm here for it. And when I say I'm in my shadow, I don't mean like messy kind of unhealed shadow. I mean like empowered, healed, although we never stop healing, but you know what I mean? Like um I'm in control of it, but I'm just giving less of a fuck. Um Even if heavily covered in cosmic dust. I like the majority of what you said, but I'm just trying to work out if that's. I said this the other day. This is what I mean. Pisces is confusion, illusion, and another thing I've not got patience for today is people that are here to be annoying. So if you're a genuine person, you could say. If you're being cheeky, you can go, or I'll just send you off. But good. I'm glad you're feeling good. What time is it there now? It must be like, what is it? Quite early. I don't normally come on this early, so is it like? I don't know. Sorry, my nose is really itchy, but that's loved ones in spirit. But yeah, and it's quite funny because I haven't been watching the lives back, but when I was getting the thumbnail, I started watching about. It wasn't quite halfway through, but I started watching it, and I just kept watching the one from last night, and I did find it quite funny how like I was in an interesting energy. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I know myself very well, and I swear all the time, but I don't. I'm not a fan of name calling, but I was doing a lot of that, and then it was kind of fascinating to me that I had said I felt like narcissistic energy. I said I felt like I was describing it, and then that card came out that had narcissist love bombing. And it's just quite interesting. If you haven't seen it, you'll see what I mean. But I feel I'm embodying how a lot of people feel right now. Like if you feel miserable or fed up in the field, like you're fucking something's dragging their fucking heels, or someone's like something needs to change. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of energy right now. Now, personally, I'm not feeling miserable, but I feel the collective energy of, oh my God. It was like I channeled yesterday. It's like, come on to fuck, man. Like, I'm just, whatever Neptune and Aries brings, bring it fucking on. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm feeling. But I always don't pay attention to me in that way. I always feel like that in a Pisces moon. Like I said, it's nothing against Pisces moon people, though I'm going to be real there too. I've been fucked over by a lot of them, a lot of them. I've also known the magical, mystical side of Pisces moons, but yeah, I have had a lot of copycat experiences, definitely professionally, but even personally with people that just go really weird. Um, but um, but there's a mystical, magical side to that. But it's I more feel the tiredness, the fed up, the miserable. Because it's a 12th house, the collective energy. Like I feel the collective all the time, and it's like Pisces feminine energy is divine feminine, and remember, I'm here to anchor in the codes of divine feminine energy, and divine feminine energy is um we're what hold the darkness. You know what I mean? Like, and not many people can do that. And like, so when I talk like that, when I say I'm in my shadow, it's because like, I'm a womb healer. And like I've said before, like, there's not many people in the world. There's some, but there's not any that I know of, but there's not many that can actually hold the amount of darkness that I can actually hold for a group of people and just in personal sessions. Um, and because I reassure people all the time, like, don't hold back from telling me whatever it is you've went through, because I will be able to handle it. And it's not because, oh, I've heard it before. I might not have heard it, but I will be able to handle it. Like, actually, again, because I like to balance it with what I just said there about Pisces Moon, they just flashed up. There was a lovely one of the soul family I connected one. Again, it's all anonymous, but I'd helped that person with something. And I remember, I'll never forget that person saying to me, well, a few things that, but one of the things was I believe there's nobody else in the world that could have helped me with that. And I do believe that was the case as well, because it was unique. And also that person, just that person, like, that was me. But also that person was like, you taught a double Pisces boundaries in the space of 2 months. Like, so, I mean, these are things that I'm really proud of, because it's like, hi, Brandy, because it's like, that's all ages as well. That person does happen to be younger than me, but I've helped people the same age, people younger, and people like decades older than me that didn't have good boundaries. And I'm still continuing to do that every day. So that's what I'm proud of myself with what I've been able to do in the last 14 years in Neptune and Pisces. So, reflect on what's been good about it for you. And you can reflect on what's been bad about it too, because there's more bad for me than there is good. But I had to really think about, right, what's happened in the past 14 years that I like. And that's what I do. I am just so proud of this channel and the soul family that we've built. And you know, because like I'm grateful to things like Fuckbook and Instagram and that, more Facebook, because that's where I started. You know what I mean? Like I started it there, and then I emigrated over here. Others that I've even used that in the right word. But yeah, so if you're feeling like you're really quite reflective and all of that, that's coming up for a lot of people. Um, hmm, deep shit, man. Okay, let's get into this. So, and also, like I said before, I can feel a bit of anger bubbling away as well. Like I'd say sacred rage. I was walking by the sea just before this, and it's like it was, oh my God, it was freezing. But it was really nice. And it was like, I just spent like, I always take videos and photos of the sea, and it's a 12 houser thing. I rarely remember to put them up. I've got that many of them, but sometimes I do. I've been a bit better recently, but I'll put it up and remember because it was really nice. Um, but yeah, oh my God. And just a funny thing, there was a synchronicity with what I was channeling last night because I was going on about Love Island and I knew there would be. And it was like it got to the bit where like they were, you know, they were kicking people out. And the girl that had said she was starting to think the guy was a red flag, she actually kicked him out. She kicked her own, she kicked the guy she was paired up with out the show. If that isn't a fucking warning out there, I don't know what is. Do you know what I mean? Nobody's safe. But the guy was asking for it. Do you know what I mean? That is messy. And that's what I don't like about Love Island. It's like, yeah, you're there to get to know people, but you're not there to fucking humiliate and make people look like shit. And like I said, it's more, I think the girls got away with that a bit too much. Like, I more see that as like friends fucking over friends and the guy's out for himself. But I more felt it was a wee bit weird about the pal. Um, but then in saying that, the one that I do like that's done that, now she's looking to take, break up another couple that look like they're happy. So I'm like, oh my God, well, what I mean, have you not learned anything from what just happened to you? The lessons from Love Island. Anyway, so this is a bit creepy that I had channeled, this is the end, hold your breath and count to 10. When the sky falls and it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all together at the sky. I can't sing, it's too high, too low, something like that. But look, this is the end. Like they pulled my eyes to it for the start of this. So, but after an end comes a new beginning. Remember that. But if you feel like you're in the liminal space, a lot of people do feel like that. Actually, do you know? Oh no, you can kind of see it. I kind of want to have faith. Wait a minute. Oh, because having faith and praying is what Pisces energy is about as well. So basically, like I said, my hair's over it. Whatever. We'll get one of them. So let's just hang out for a wee bit. I'm going to set an alarm. I don't know how long. I think, what I was going to do was I was going to come on, go into membership, come back. I think I might just stay here, film Aries and film Saturday, Sunday, and then go in membership, and then that'll just be me done. But I'll just see. Um, right, so what else have we got? What do you need to know? So, like, oh, I spoke that long. I spoke us out of it. We're already out of it. Oh well. That's really symbolic, by the way, because that's quite powerful. So again, I'll definitely watch this one back. Whatever I was saying there, especially because I was being so serious, that was really meaningful because the moon moved into Aries 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, as I said that. So you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, I don't know how many other people will be homing in on that part of it, but it just occurred to me we will never see the moon in Pisces and Neptune rules Pisces in that we will never see that again. Like Neptune will be conjunct the moon again, but it will be the moon in Aries. It won't be the moon in Pisces. So I just felt it was quite meaningful. But the moment the moment has passed. So you joined me for it if you were here. Or you were here briefly. That's quite funny, right? What have we got? I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. John 10:10. So I said that last night, but 10:10 could be significant. 10 is a liminal space, and that's what I'm saying. If you feel like you're in a weird liminal space, I feel a lot of people do feel like that. What's la 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 la. And then that song Jubil, I never know how to say that, which just goes, save me, save me. It's a dance song. Why are we wasting time? Save me is what it says. That's so fun. I say it all the time, but I used to love that song, and I wouldn't say I can't stand it, but it annoys me now because I had it as an alarm for years. It's the trouble in it if you choose a song. It's funny though, because I still love Don't Stop Believing. That's been my ringtone for years. I tried to make it latch recently, and it wouldn't latch on. It wouldn't do it. Like it was like I don't know where it went, but I couldn't get it. Oh my god, it's really weird outside now. See the weather. What's the weather like wherever you are? Tell me where you are in your part of the world. Whether you're on the live right now or whether you're on the replay. If you want to comment, people don't usually, but that would be great if you do. Comment that is not often. But right now, the Pisces is giving. Sorry, I'm going to say that all the time because they say it on Love Island too. It's giving. Although I do quite like that one. I say it's giving. But yes, it is giving Neptune and Pisces right now because the rain is like an icy cold. It's not quite sleet, but it's like an icy cold rain. And as much as I love walking in the rain, I'm quite glad I missed that narrowly because that looks a bit like this feels like a PJ day. But I did not stay in my PJs. I went out. Right, it's really nice night, actually early morning. I thought it was about that time, as it's about 12:30 here in Australia. Lovely. Right, I think we've got the picture. So what I'm going to do is let's get a collective mermaid card and one of these karma ones because I noticed that when I was trying to find my shamanic card, it's so annoying. I've got 3 bloody thingies of that shamanic deck and I can't find it anywhere. But there's the book. I'm going to use the book again. I'm going to do the spread, and then hopefully by the time we get to next Saturday, I'll have found them, because they are somewhere. But yeah, these were all like away from the deck, right? So I'm just going to quickly read them. Unbind inner chains. Your soul is ready to be free. Let go of self-imposed limitations and step into your power. Someone's breaking off the shackles. And then this is quite funny because it's like she looks like she's like, fuck this. That could even be twin flames. Somebody's breaking free of a karmic cycle. This person's like, oh, I'm away. I've got my back. They're no coming. Fuck this. Prepare for change. Change is the only constant. Prepare for it with an open heart and mind. And that's what I was meaning about Love Island last night. Like I knew she was going to do it. I could tell in the moment. I thought she's going to kick him out. Because Aquarius is expect unexpected, and a lot of people wouldn't have thought that. You see, they would have thought she'd be like everyone else, and no, I'll just he's the only one that I really fancy. He's been a wanker, but I'll just keep him around. No, she was like, see you later. It's like you know what I mean? It's giving boundaries. It's giving big boundaries. But I felt quite sorry for the guy though, because he's just following what they've done on other years and he thought he could get away with it. I thought, oh god. But that again, it is a lesson, like, you know what I mean? You shouldn't copy other people. Oh, and again, like I said, this energy is about copying. Like you shouldn't copy other people. Doesn't what works for some won't always work for another. So align with your higher path. The more you align with your soul's truth, the less resistance you'll face. Flow with purpose, not pressure. Don't give in to peer pressure. Friendship groups. Aquarius is friendship, and like I keep saying, I keep picking up on the toxic the side of friendship, toxic groups. I feel a lot of toxic groups, toxic friendships are being exposed right now with the last of the year of the snake in the grass. Disarm the fear. Fear limits your potential. Release it and step into your power with confidence. Change your fate. Your story isn't fixed. It's unfolding with every choice you make. Claim your power and write a new ending. Like I said, this is the end. Understand soulmate lessons. Soulmates come to teach us. Embrace the lessons they bring. even if they're hard to swallow. Oh my God, a bit like that bloke last. Sorry for laughing. That's fucking brutal, man. Oh, it was quite shan. The guy looked gutted. And then I think he took it quite well though, because he wasn't wanting to talk to her, and then he did talk to her. But I thought, you know what I mean? Because they're not twin flames. They'd known each other not even a week. But he thought he had it in the bag, and he could like snog her pal a few times behind her back and then keep her. Not classy. Not nice. Don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to yourself, mate. Hope that guy's learned that lesson. Right. So let's see who would like. I'm going to do the collective message first, but for the people that are in the live chat, if you would like a mermaid card and one of these, but you got to be prepared. They're harsh. They're hard hitting. Then I'll do that, and I'll try and lower my voice. I'm shouting a little bit. I'm singing Skyfall in my head. When the sky falls and it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all together at the skyfall. I'm just writing anything in that bit because it annoys me if I don't write anything. And we also need if I don't say it anywhere else, be careful to this weekend, people. With the last of Neptune and Pisces that we'll ever see in our life. Be careful if you're big into partying, drinking, drugs, all of that, or a little bit of any of what I mentioned. Addictions, basically, because Neptune and Pisces is addictions. So it's not like addictions and all that are going to disappear with Neptune and Aries, because Neptune is still, all these things. But I just thought, I feel that we could see a bit of, I don't know. That would kind of make sense to me if we did see a bit of a change of people, of less of that. But it really just depends. Right, okay, where's the... But yeah, this could be really quite bad for it this weekend. People drown in their sorrows. But like I said, this energy is also about prayer, so it makes a difference. I'm just doing that. I always do that before I come on, but I'm just quickly doing that because it was quite intense when I was channeling that. Right, okay, I'm doing the collective first, but we've got Tani would like that. It's 5:30 in the, oh my God, that early, Brandy. 5:30 in the morning. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know when I'm going to start that, but it might be like I might get to it like on Monday, to be honest. We'll just see. I'll just see how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm going to test that out and see how I feel with like a wee 30, 45-minute hour tops. Either Monday to Friday or Tuesday to Friday, because Tuesdays are usually my Monday kind of thing. And then I'll just scrap the pre-recorded, the video, because there's no point. So if you like them, now's the time to fucking start watching them and liking the video and stuff like that, because I'm just like over it. Like I might start doing more shorts or something. Like I just don't know. Right. So what's a collective message? Give us one for the feminine. So you can be the divine feminine and be a male or female. And if you're the masculine male or female, this is your feelings. So, but for the feminine energy, keeping that in mind, what is something that you're ready to release or that you've released? What are you fed the fuck up of? Oh, I've not seen this one. Loving it. Cultivate courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it. Oh my God, I love it. That is so 0 degrees Aries moon right now that I literally spoke us into. That is something my soul likes to do a lot, I've noticed. I don't always mean it, but I end up talking to people in the last of, obviously today I knew that was going to happen, but like it's happened a lot of times in their lives when I've been like 3, 4, or 5 hours and stuff, where I've spoken the last degree and then I speak us into the next one. And like I said, that is because I'm like a psychopop shaman and I'm like Nanny McPhee. I am here for the end of things. Like I'm that, like I'm the usher. 6 of Swords, it's ushering you on the next part of life. Because I do that for the spirit loved ones too, as well. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I had to do that the other week. Like literally, I have to say, like, look, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you are actually dead. And you know, you might think that's funny when I'm saying that, but I'm not kidding. It's like that. Like I'm a counselor for the dead too. You know, because it depends how somebody's died. If they've died like suddenly, it was all very unexpected, very fast. Or if you think about, you know, other ways that people can things that can happen to people that are a bit of a shock or things that they do themselves or things that other people do that it's very real. Um, and yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's quite emotional, you know what I mean? Because I can feel when an energy's like, they don't actually know what's happened to them. And think about it, there's loads of films, well, Ghost is the biggest one, but where he doesn't know. But what's another one where that happens? Just Like Heaven as well with Renee Zellweger. No, wait a minute. That's that Bridget Jones. What's her name? What's the one in Cruel Intentions? Renee something. Or is that her? No. What the hell is her surname? But anyway, her. They're both called Renee. That one, she doesn't know. Oh, but that's different though. That spoils that film. There's a reason. Anyway, watch it. That is a good film. That is very twin flamey. I've said that before about that. Just Like Heaven. Because the guy's stuck in a depression about someone from the past that has died. And then he's talking to this, what he thinks is a spirit. And it's like he's talking to his twin flame and they don't get on at first and then they fall in love. It's good. It's a comedy. I know it doesn't sound like it. But yeah, I feel as the feminine, you've had to cultivate some kind of courage. You've had to push through your fear, despite like not wanting to do something. It's like I've asked you all the time, like, do you think I love doing this all the time? I don't all the time, most of the time, but sometimes I really don't want to do this. But it's my calling and I have to kind of thing. But yeah, your courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it. And that's why my free 5 day challenge is called Fuck It, Let It Go. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just worked out for myself, I'm always going to be scared. You've just got to do it. Right, masculine. So that's what you're done with, feminine. Any bit of fear that's still in you, you either shifted it a long time ago or you're constantly on it because there's always going to be other things coming up that you're afraid of, but you don't let it stand in your way. Um, but that can be the masculine's feelings as well. So you could have been scared of your feelings, scared of commitment, scared of just expressing yourself in general, and you would have good reason for it, whether you're a man or a woman. But you're just over it now. Like life's too short. I know it's cheesy, but life is too short. Like how long am I going to stay being scared like that? Like the Sixth Sense, yes, good one. Why did I not think of that? Yeah, absolutely. That's actually probably a better example than the other ones. Good one, Brandy. Um, yeah, you see, he needed a shaman medium counselor there. But actually, that's like what the wee boy was, wasn't it? I think the wee boy was just like, mate, do you not realize? Like, do you not realize you're one of them? Like, you're trying to counsel me, like I'm nuts, but you're one of them. That's really what the wee boy was giving. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to tell you, son. Right. Oh God, but I said this before, but whenever I think of that film, I just think of the tent scene. That is terrifying. That's why I can't watch that. I'd have to go make a cup of tea if that is that not just like the most terrifying, like especially when you do what I do as well. Like I am a scaredy cat in that way. Like, because that isn't what it's like. They don't come even if somebody did die, they don't like that's what annoys me about that film. They don't come to you like that. If they died in a horrible way, they don't come like look no, you know what I mean? It's it's just it really stayed with me that. Obviously it's very sad as well, because that is that one in the tent, is that meant to be the mum that was like, that's, oh god, that's good, that's so creepy, isn't it? The mum's like purposely keeping her ill. That's so sad. I do actually want to watch it, but I couldn't watch that myself. It's sad, isn't it? Because it's like, from what I can remember, ah, who is it that puts on the video? Is it the wee boy? And it's like the dad is sitting like with tears in his eyes, seeing the video of the mum keeping the kid ill. Oh god, I'm getting chills. See, this energy would be shit like that too, like fucked up hidden secrets. Munchausen syndrome or something, isn't it? Like that, like there's no other, that is a mental illness. Somebody that would keep their own child ill to get, well, attention for it, sympathy. Like, talk about narcissistic mother. Like, that's. But you see, we could even, like, although that's really extreme, we could even stretch that to what we were saying last night as well. That's not, that's in the same wave as, like, not wanting your child to be happy, whether you're a man or a woman. Like, yeah, like people, like, because I tune into that all the time, but like a family or like a mum or a dad or a sibling or even a toxic friendship group that would keep somebody feeling small about themselves to benefit them and keep them feeling shit at like low self-esteem because it doesn't suit their agenda for whatever reason. Oh, then you won't be there at my beck and call if you go to where you really want to want, where you really want to be, and you follow your own happiness. What am I going to do? You live to serve me. Do you know what I mean? Right. Okay. Now we're, so why am I saying that? Whoa. Now, how interesting is that? Ah. Guys, again, remember, I'm just a collective channel all the time. That was some heavy shit. I've also not seen this card before. I've seen this one too many times. The feminine had the one about courage. The masculine has the one about face your fears. This falls on from last night. The feminine's leading the way for the masculine to step in their courage. Face fear is a teacher, not a barrier. Face it head on it, and it will lose its power over you. And that again is reminding me of one of my other signs. Not liking this, but this is definitely, they showed me that stuff about Victoria Beckham for a reason, because there's this theme of narcissistic mothers. Because I keep seeing, like, in my timeline, I was seeing things about that was like about her being a narcissist. And now I'm seeing things about him being spoiled and, like, you know, people sticking up for her. And it is quite interesting because it's like confusion, illusion, and Neptune and Pisces. Like, who's telling the truth? And like I said, if I had to feel into that, I would 100% believe the sun, because everything that he's saying ties up with what I help people with all the time. Like, none of that felt like lies to me. Although it's doubly concerning because it does seem like the person he's married as well is like, but that's what people do all the time. If men have been around women like that, it's very common. They will go to women like that. So that would make sense if he grew up like that, like these picked up. And then she doesn't like it because uh, she's probably quite similar to her. So, and then it can go the same with like girls that get with guys like that have got narcissistic dads and, you know, all this kind of shit. Um, doesn't always go like that. Sometimes you could go the opposite way, but a lot of times, sadly, it does go like that. Um, but yeah, my other sign for a narcissistic mother is in Drop Dead Fred, because the mum, you know what I mean, is controlling the girl. Um, and she has to say at one point, "You have no power over me." And I always say that's a really good example of soul retrieval, because there's a scene where she has to go in and save herself as a little girl. That's basically what soul retrieval is. But yeah, interesting. Masculine has face your fears, and it came out with clear negative energy. And look at what I just channeled. Clear negative energy. Negative energy keeps you stuck. Oh my God, and that's what I just said. Although the example in that film is really extreme, I feel I'm tuning in to family, friends, whether it's one person or a lot of people that want to keep you or your person stuck. Clear it and create space for the positive flow of your life. Neckheads, negative, I don't like the word negative and positive, but you know what I mean? Like neckheads that like, you know what I mean? They've never got nothing nice to say, making up lies, gossip, slander, all this kind of stuff. Clear entangled karma. Every relationship holds lessons. Break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. That's what I feel. The good news is I feel that's what the masculine's working out. I need to clear the negative energy in my life. These people have kept me in the negative polarity. Like the feminine's been in the positive polarity the majority of the time. The masculine's been in the negative. The masculine's been surrounded by people that keep them stuck, like a black widow's web. And oh, that's actually another sign for that too. So, oh my God, we really are homing in on the toxic female energy. Right, okay, so let's now get, thanks for your patience, but let's get a collective mermaid card, and then will we do two? Or will we end with these? Nah, we'll do them right now. So let's get one for the feminine and the masculine's feminine side. Oh, and then that would make sense why the return of Aphrodite is here. Because an Aphrodite is an energy I work very closely with. Oh, I would also associate that with red. And I thought this was more red than burgundy, but it's nice all the same. I quite like it. It's a bit. Who the hell's that? I'm not expecting anything. Fuck's sake. Hang on. The door switch. I swear to fuck. See if that isn't even for me. Wait a minute. I'll turn the mic off. We have a problem. Where did I chuck the mic? It was for me, so we'll forgive him. Thank you for your service, but quite annoying timing. Right. Right, okay. So where were we? Yeah, the return of Aphrodite. Oh shit, where have I put it? Where is it went? Because there's lots of synchronicity, because today is Friday and Friday is connected to Venus, divine feminine, which is why I do the divine feminine readings on a Friday and the divine masculine on a Tuesday, because that's Mars, masculine. Oh, there it is. So there's that as well. But yeah, that makes sense. If this is to cancel out the toxic feminine energy, doesn't, by the way, it doesn't need to be people's mums, but that does seem to be coming through quite strong. Because it can even be like, you know, further down the line. It can be like grandmothers and stuff. Like, think about it, if there's been like a toxic energy that's ruled the family, and then the that's a curse. It just keeps rolling down the generations. And that's why, you know, I call it, well, it's not just me, but that's what I'm here to help people with is, you know, the generational curse breakers. That is what we do here. That's what I do. I'm sure that's what a lot of you do. Somebody's got to stop it somewhere if it's been a toxic pattern. But yes, so divine feminines, especially the female ones, you're here to do that. Return of Aphrodite. Temple birth, the goddess guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. Like healthy feminine energy. Like forget even twin flames for a minute, but twin flames are at the front line. True twin flames that have done the that have both done their own shadow work, that are allowed to come together in divine union because you've worked through that, to come together in forgiveness and happiness and be an example of true love and true real love, like getting through hard stuff. It's like, you know, it's not about the females punishing the males all the time or the toxic. Yeah, it's just it's like even like what I'm saying about Love Island all the time. That is so I can just it's so annoyingly fucked up that the whole thing is set up for the girls to chase after the guys. Like it is like totally set up like that. Um and so it's even just a little bit good that you've got like I'm losing my words today. That could be meaning this actually that's very Neptune and Pisces. Like, you know, it's not that's not about words, that's about silence, telepathy and everything. But it's kind of like it's good that there's at least some with boundaries. But then even with what I've just said there, it looks like that one that's just had something no nice happen to her, but another one's like thinking about doing that to the other. So yeah, but it's not a good example, I suppose, when it comes to loyalty, because they are there to fuck each other over, let's face it. But like they say all the time, it's no friend island, it's Love Island. But they do take a bit far. But anyway, yeah, the goddess energy, you know what I mean? The true divine feminine energy is here to support your sisters, your soul sisters, and your soul brothers, and recognize that we do all have feminine and masculine energy. And support men having feelings and needing a cuddle after a bad day, and you know, needing support therapy like women would, you know, just all the same things. Like, you know what I mean? And again, it's totally obvious, but it seems like it's need to be said. Right. So the masculine, this will be interesting. But there's a card about divine masculineness. What does the collective masculine need out of this? Oh, who came? Divine masculine's been a bit greedy with the cards. Two came out the last time, and two have came out again. Is it? Or no, three, three. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, this is what I mean. I love my job, right? I love what I do. And like I even said in this, like sometimes I can't be bothered. I love this because again, shitloads of synchronicity. But one of the things I'm actually gobsmacked. This is if nobody has ever seen me do this before. If you're not like wowed by this, I don't know what will, because look how much I've went on about mothers in particular and not the nice side of it. Motherhood. So unfortunately, this might not speak to you if you didn't have a difficult experience in that area, but if you did, I think this will. Motherhood, protection, inner child nurture. Now, obviously, again, this looks like a lovely one, so but I feel it's talking about both. It's like not everybody had the nicest of mums, not everybody had the nice of experiences. Some of your mothers are in the spirit world, and ironically, I've helped a lot of people where you didn't have a very good mum when they're alive, but they could be your biggest supporter in the spirit world. I know that might trigger a lot of people, but seriously, that is a lot of people I've helped, and it can happen like that. If you don't want them to come forward and be your biggest supporter, they won't be. But a lot of people I've helped to reconcile. There you go. There's another, you know what I mean? Like one of the things I help people do is to mend the bonds hurt by pride. And that's from Brave, the wee Scottish film. But it is genuinely something that I do where I can help people mend bonds within family, friends, lovers, as a song just came on called Too Many Walls. I will help people to do that. But there are some cases that I've come across where just the absolute most has been done. And the best thing to do is to set boundaries with people or just get the fuck away from them because they're determined to keep you stuck, keep you unhappy, make it all about them, manipulate you, gaslight you, save yourself kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, protection, inner child nurture. Wow. Why is and everything's going off? What's the song now? Irrelevant though. I think that was a Ben Hay now one. Oh no, it's James Arthur. Oh my god, I don't know that song very well, but I think that might be a little bit like um it's called I Am. I'm a problem, I'm the killer, I'm the cure, I guess. I'm the end, I'm the beginning, I'm the apocalypse. Apocalypse, the end. I'm something from nothing, I heard him say. Rags to riches, your best mistake. I'm the future, I'm the relic, I'm the not there yet. Oh, I am forever, I'll be what you want to believe. All I know, it's too late for me to change your mind, what you want to believe. And then I think, what you want to believe? I'll let go, let you decide what you want to believe. I'm the blazon, I'm the siren. Siren's like, karmic, toxic female energy. And also, I'm using mermaid cards, but you know what I mean? This has got sirens in it. I'm the exit door, I'm the cape, I'm the villain, I'm the metaphor, I'm the good gun in a bad man's war. I paved the way. I'm a left to. Anyway, you can listen to it yourself. That's one I usually skip, but it does seem like that song is saying, you've already made your mind up on me. What do you want to believe? You know what I mean? You've already made your mind up. So it's like, you know what I mean? Again, it's quite interesting. It's like that guy on Love Island last night. You've already made your mind up about me. But even if that's the case, and that like you done it to yourself, do you know what I mean? And again, to use the toxic phrase, it's not that deep. This isn't that deep, but it's quite a good example. That guy thought he could go on, be a cheeky chappy, make the girl, make the girl look like a fucking arsehole because she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know that her pal's fucking necking her filly. And the joke was on him because she's the favourite girl. She was the favourite. I'm sure she won when she was on it before. She's a nice girl. Do you know what I mean? She's nice looking. It helps, but she's also a nice girl. Which is why I didn't really like when it looked like she's maybe going to break up. I thought that's very nice. And also, something I did clock. She was voted favourite girl, and the guy that's been voted favourite guy, she's now saying she fancies him, and I'm like, that's funny because she didn't say it before. So you see how a lot of people's egos can get in the way, even of the nicest people. So I did clock that one. But anyway, so time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. We don't like that. We don't like that. Because love spell came up last night. And again, in this energy of the last of Neptune and Pisces, I feel it's a lot of this being found out. Because that makes a lot of sense that I basically channeled about a love spell, which is the same as manipulation, gossip, slander, lies, toxic karmic energies, causing like either more harm to a connection where you're self-sabotaging yourself, or they were the instigator of it. And it felt like over a prolonged period of time, and they pulled me to sun and the moon. I kept keeping masculine and feminine apart. Farewell to the moon. The moon is feminine energy. Look at all the things we've got about feminine energy. Motherhood, which, like I said, this can be about loving mothers and loving females. And because, like I say all the time as well, unfortunately, because I've helped so many women and men that I've had very toxic, and I mean like very, very toxic, cruel, evil mothers, like witch-like mothers. I'm not kidding. I've helped people at all ages where that's the case. Like men and women of all ages. Go where the love is. Find other female friends or like mentors or women that are loving people. Like, don't keep trying to get that from somebody that has shown you what they're going to keep giving you. Go where the love is. But I also know as a therapist that is easier said than done. Sadly, you'll all know what I mean if you're experiencing that, or if you've known people, or if you're a counselor or whatever, a healer. People will keep trying. They'll keep trying to get the love from the parent. It's something that it's just it's innately ingrained in people. So you've kind of got to recognize it with yourself and just stop. Just not. You know what I mean? Choose yourself. Or get people around you that will remind you that. Like, just choose yourself. Like, farewell to the moon. You see, that could be farewell to the toxic females, whoever you are, whether you're a man or a woman. Farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and the cycles. Like, appreciate what was good about the karmic people and release what's time to release to protect your inner child. Fucking it, this is a bit heavy. Right, let's read it though. Motherhood 46. Yeah, because I mean, people hear me say this fairly often, but it's true. Regardless of people's age, I really do bring that motherly quality in a lot of people's lives. I've got loads of clients that are a lot older than me. Some that are the same age or not older, some that are younger, but a lot that are older than me that have had experiences like this. And it's like, I shapeshift in a good way. I morph into like that kind of Mother Mary energy. Um, and I talk to your inner child, and people find it very soothing. It's kind of a little bit like that picture, like forget anyone's age. It's like that energy would be me, like holding someone's inner child. And again, I have got very motherly placements um, in my chart as well, you know what I mean? So, we, the mermaids, are asking you to deep dive and connect with the mother within you. Nurture the vulnerable child you once were, for no matter what time of life we find ourselves in, we all need that cradling, nourishing, gentle love that we can see grow and evolve. Look, that's exactly after I just said that about men need love too. You deserve tender care, loving arms around you, and an inner life that fully supports you. We understand how very strong you've needed to be, but the time has come to be the person who is there for you. Be the one who compassionately observes what you say, how you feel, and offers understanding and care. Imagine now that we wrap our arms around you when you feel alone, tired, and need to know what it's like to be truly loved. This is really sad. Really sad. Especially because, like I said, in Drop Dead Fred, that is a narcissistic mother. The mum is making it all about her and controlling the child from a young age. So then the woman, but this could easily happen to a man as well, gets into a very toxic, narcissistic marriage, and that guy's a dick in that film. Like, that guy's a narcissist. But you see what I mean? It's exactly what I just said. This is a pattern a lot of people follow. Because remember, he's like in the next room and he's like talking to Annabella or something like that, and it's like, and it's like actually the mum and the karmic partner are manipulating her and gaslighting her to be like, oh yeah, you're imagining it, and it's like, no, they're just both narcissists. So although that is a woman, this could equally be about some men that get treated like this. The karmic partner and the parent are in on, or maybe both parents are in on fucking keeping you feeling stuck. Like, oh no, you're imagining it. Do you know what I mean? You're the one with the problem. No, they're the dickheads. Do you know what I mean? Be the one who compassionately observe. Yeah, imagine. Blah, blah, blah. So imagine now we wrap our arms around you when you feel alone, tired, or need to know what it's like to be truly loved. We love you. We will care for you. We will create a safe space for that you cannot be invaded or interrupted by the noisy and demanding world. In doing so, we will teach you how to care for yourself, perhaps one of the greatest acts of mothering there is. Which, like I said at the start of this, what is one of the good things I've done in the last 14 years of this cycle? Teaching people how to love themselves and mother themselves and have boundaries and not put up with people's crap, amongst other things. You know what I mean? So yeah, this card speaks of a need to nurture yourself, to hold compassionate conversations with inner self, and to talk kindly and carefully to yourself. This card's presence may indicate that you've been going through changes and it's time to nurture the tender, vulnerable new you. You may have emerged from feeling entrapped, enclosed, or withdrawn. Remember, this is the masculine. These could have came out the other way, but they didn't. They came out for the masculine males and females. Yeah, the time for being within the womb has passed. So if you've been in hermit mode, the time to come out is now. And also because we just moved into an Aries moon, and that would be about, action, masculine energy. And it's now time to re-emerge and re-engage with the world. Have courage, for you will have great support, and this will lead you to grow strong and take your true place in the world with your divine light shining for all to see. Away from the spells and rituals of the karmic people that's being exposed in the light of the full moon. And that is the next full moon on the 1st of February, is the Leo full moon. Everybody knows the Leo moon is my favourite, but it is whether you see it's good or bad, Leo brings the drama. So that's going to be a dramatic full moon. And I think it's dramatic for exposing people that have kept people small and stuck and sabotaged. Okay, we're giving them a big shuffle. So that's the energy we're dealing with right now, guys. Pretty heavy. Blowing my mind too, because I was like, why am I talking about mothers and shit? And then motherhood comes out, so it all means something. Right, let's give these a wee shuffle, because I actually channeled for today, and one of the last videos you're ever going to see like that. I'm only joking, but I don't think I'm going to do too many of them. It might be, though, for a while. It was about the masculine releasing lower timelines. You know what I mean? It is crazy, isn't it? The synchronicity. So let's see if it comes out again. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the feminine and the masculine's feminine side? Trust, feminine, ask, listen, allow. That's funny because I'm not going to remember them all, I don't think. One of the songs before I came on here was saying something like, have faith in love. It's like an old 90s song. I didn't really know it, but it was saying something like have faith in love. So I felt like it was to the feminine, like, trust and have faith. Like, it is working out. It might not seem like it. And then what do I always have behind me? Have faith. And the way I've situated that, it's quite funny. Have faith sparkle. It's interesting. I didn't mean it. I think the guides meant that. Right, masculine. Take responsibility, acknowledge. So remember, for a while, this was coming out reverse, which was indicating there was a wave of masculines that weren't taking responsibility, weren't taking personal responsibility. But that could be some of you or your people that were caught up in the illusion of all the people around them keeping them stuck. No, you've not done anything wrong. No, it's all that person's fault. No, you're perfect. We're perfect because we're all narcissists. So of course you've done nothing wrong. Because that's what these people do. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you've ever seen Mean Girls. Do you know what I mean? Like people like that, birds of a feather flock together. But that's not always a good thing, is it? It's true. It's like people like that will all back each other up. And then, like I said last night, the person that's been treated like shit can often look like the liar, which is why I'm saying with that, I know a lot of you aren't going to care at all, but that's what I'm saying about that. The Brooklyn Beckham thing, it is quite interesting, you know what I mean? Because the Beckhams do rub shoulders with very questionable people. They've been pictured with, like, well, the shady fuckers of the world, do you know what I mean? That have been caught up in very dark stuff surrounding children and stuff like that. So it's not really too far removed that their own child is claiming, that well, she's a narcissist, but so you know what I mean? It's interesting. Take responsibility. So yeah, this masculine is taking personal responsibility after healing their own inner child, which would then make sense with everything I've just said. I've been manipulated. I'm channeling a masculine. I've been manipulated from a child. Therefore, I couldn't see what I was doing wrong because I've been programmed, conditioned to behave a certain way. Now I've given, there's 10 again. Now I've been given my inner child the love it needs. Look, I'm the chosen one. Fast track to ascension, breaking free from the matrix. Not everyone's, but someone's, and now I'm on the same page as you. I'm trusting. Don't know what comes next, but I'm trusting. Ask, listen, allow. Past life healing. Yeah, I've healed my past. I see now. You activated my higher self. Feminine twin activating higher self, which that's the card that goes with the one from the other video. masculine releasing lower self, feminine twin activating higher self, but you work as a team. Clearing karma, kundalini activation. Dark night of the soul in reverse. Someone's coming out of a dark night of the soul. It's been dark. They've been reprogramming their soul, releasing to become one with self. And that's when, you know, you're not in a separation because you realize this is the end. I'm actually ready to be with the person I want to be with because I've seen through all the people that were keeping us apart. We're here for this energy. Freedom, power. Freedom and power. Right, okay, so, sorry. Well, thank you for waiting, rather. I've always liked thank you for waiting rather than sorry. So, to me, I'm moving on to you. You need to stop saying sorry to people that don't deserve to be, or it's something that you recognise about yourself in the past. Because look how many times I'm saying sorry, but it's, my nose is really itchy. So I feel your loved ones in spirit are really coming in strong because I know it's heading for your birthday on Monday. So put your thoughts out because I'll be doing mediumship Monday on Monday, funnily enough, and obviously it's Neptune and Aries, so that's exciting energy too. What have we got for Tani? So although this is for Tani, remember this can make sense to anyone watching, especially if you are in the divine masculine energy. Yeah, they're always around. It's just remember, guys, because like a lot of you that are either here a lot or in the membership, not always because you're in the membership, because some people are here all the time that you're not in the membership. Your love and the spirit aren't going to come through every single time I'm on because there's not a need for that. Do you know what I mean? Like there needs to be a real strong need in you. Because obviously it's great, you know, we do always want to hear from them, but they'll come through when you really need them. Do you know what I mean? But because when it's things like birthdays and stuff too, yeah, I do find that they do that. It's always just good to be open and just grateful. And but I know it's like, you know, I've been to spiritist churches before, like, and it's like I've went along, and it's like I've just really well. Actually, that's not a good example because a lot of the time when I used to do that, I would just go along myself, and I don't really like doing it, but I did do that quite a bit. And actually, I would hear from, like, I would get a message when I really needed it. This was years ago when I was pushing through a lot of my funeral, doing stuff like this, to be honest, um, and other stuff. It was quite funny as well because whenever I used to go, I had a code word for if I wanted to hear something about like my love life, and without fail, they always came through. It was really funny. Like I did always get messages about that too. But it was like I would be like, right, say this instead of that. Like, don't say their name, and they'd give another name that I'd said. It's so funny. Um, but yeah. Oh, actually, it will be Tuesday here when you do. Oh, right. Will it be? Right. Well, I can definitely, when I'm fingering my note, they're definitely around. Right. Okay. So let's see. So remember what I said. These cards are quite hard hitting, but what does Tani need to hear? And while I'm doing Tani's, is there anyone else? Brandy, are you still here? Would you like a couple of these cards? Anyone else that's live? If you'd like these cards, just let me know. Felt like giving a few freebies today. And like I said, I'm either just going to go straight from this to do Aries. I think I'm just going. I think that makes the most sense. I've got someone's enlisted to do too. She might watch this on replay, but if you think that's you, if you got an enlisted recently, if you could reply back to my email because I'm feeling into it, and I have got time to do that today, and it's Aries moon, so I can get it done. But again, there's just something about, you know, because we're in the last of this weird Neptune and Aries, which is good for channeling, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm just channeling 24/7 anyway. It's kind of like it might be better to leave it until Monday, Tuesday, even just Monday, you know, because Neptune will be at but yeah, it just depends on whether how keen the person is to get the yeah. Maybe just in case she happens to see this before I see her. Right, so what have we got for today? Oh, it's in reverse though. Untangle emotional dependency. When love feels like survival, it's not love, it's fear. You're safe without the attachment. But because it was in reverse, right? And remember, that's been coming out a lot, this one. I feel your loved ones and guides are really wanting to congratulate you on wherever you have been doing work around this. So wherever it's like you've been like pulling back your own energy, like doing soul retrieval, pulling back your own energy to know where you end and someone else begins. Because like I say all the time, a lot of people you can get a bit anxious about, oh, but they're my partner, oh, but they're my sister, my brother, oh, but they're my mum, my dad, my best friend. Yeah, but you still need to know where you stop and they begin. You're not one entity. And the thing is, I know, like, look, I know some people like to believe they are. That's not healthy. And trust me, see, when it comes to love and stuff like that, like, I do really get that because I've got my heavy placements in Gemini in the eighth house, which is about, it's sex, it's passion, it's everything. It's why I say all the time, that's quite interesting. Wind of Change Scorpions has just come on. I know that's at least significant to somebody's loved one in spirit that's watching this, but um, like, yeah, but you know what I mean? That can go two ways. What I'm trying to say here is when I'm with the right person, it is like they need to be my ride or die. They need to have completely and utterly have my back and I'll have theirs, or I'm not fucking interested. And that's why things like Love Island piss me off because it's like, why the hell would you want to be with somebody that's got no loyalty like that? Or even best friends like that. And remember, the first card was best friend. Like, I don't want that. I would rather just keep being myself than have somebody that you're always wondering about. And that is just me. But that's what I'm saying is, so it's like I'd rather have literally nothing or have that locked in. You've got each other's back. So that isn't codependency. That is just going through a lot of shit and being like, I'm not going to like settle down and spend the rest of my life with somebody that I'm wondering about. Like, no, that maybe that's for other people out there, but that's not how I want to live my life, and I would advise other people to do the same. But yeah. But notice I always say twin flames are about freedom. True love is waking up every day and decide you could be away from that person, but you don't want to be. You keep waking up and choosing them every day. That's freedom. That's twin flames. But yeah, so I feel what's really coming through very strongly, I want another one though, is that you're recognizing that about where you need to be in your own energy and not be like an extension or have others be pulling at your energy. So, which will help people around you as well. Um, Make peace with the past. Oh, interesting, because look, it's got like ancestors and see, these are all the spirit loved ones. You don't have to rewrite the story. Just stop fighting the chapter. Peace begins with acceptance. Make peace with the past. Wow. So that means like this is Tani's message, but that means for all the masculines, your loved ones in spirit have been helping you wherever you were caught up in codependency. Now this looks like love, but this doesn't need to be. This can be family, friends, best friends. I'm doing like that because a lot of people's best friends can be like family members, and they can be the most toxic people around you that are keeping you stuck. We all know people that like, someone's been single for an eternity and you've got another single pal. And sometimes it can be that person, man or a woman, that's planting the seed of doubt because they don't want to be the one on their own. They don't want to see you go off and be happy and have a family, and you know what I mean? Because then they're going to be on their own. But then do you think the person would think twice about them settling down if they got the opportunity? A lot of the time, no. These are the selfish fuckers that'll be off like a shot. So you know what I mean? You have got to look out for yourself, and it's about growing up and learning and moving on. Well, this is quite harsh, but it's true the way it's coming through. So yeah, make peace with the past. So let's get the mermaid card now. Is there anyone else that wants the ultimate lover has just entered the chat? Well, welcome, Jay. It's quite funny. So you're a Libra. But have you got Mars in Libra? Mars and Libra men are the kind of men on Love Island that like to be chased. And it's not their fault either. I'm not saying that with shade. I've spoken about this before. That, Mars is the masculine, but if you're a man with Mars in Libra, which by the way, Libra is also a masculine sign too, but Libra I always see as more feminine, but Libra is like, people that like to look good, they like to look the part, they like to feel the part. It's ruled by Venus. It's so I've just noticed when men have got Mars and Venus, they want to be like adored. So if they're in a relationship, they want to be adorned, like they want to be loved on by their woman, by their partner or their man, whatever floats your boat, or by a lot of women or men. Maybe both. Yeah. But you know what I mean? And that can, I'd say when people are single, that can fuck it up a little bit because it's like you might have someone that's wanting to constantly be chased, but then depending on who your love interest is, it might not fit because it's like, I'm not fucking chasing this guy. Like, what's the deal here? Do you know what I mean? Like, Shining Star just came on in excess. But I've said this before, how you can fix that is by knowing your astrology and, like, say when you are in a healthy connection, right, okay, that's fine. Like, if you want to be loved on and you like to be adored, and all of that, I can totally do that. But what's in it for me? Like, this needs to be equal. But it's you know what I mean? It's quite funny, like when you get like a good mix of that. Um, yeah, it's always good to see whether your Mars and your Venus and that are compatible and all this kind of stuff. Um, it matters with all the placements, obviously, but um, so yes, I have. Thanks to your help and guidance as well. But you've had to do the hard work, but thank you for appreciating me. That's exactly how I am. I'm loyal till the day I am off this earth. Yes, that's your Aries moon. That's your Aries moon. Um, of course, we require a constant in and out heart. To be chased is to be loved. To be caught is to gain that constant. Yeah, it would depend though, because if it's like what I'm saying about on Love Island, where all these guys are expecting the women to not only chase them, but like to be chased like wild animals and fight each other. No, because that's what I don't agree with. It's teaching the people that are watching it to do that. You know what I mean? Because it is like subconsciously, it is totally put it like it's normalizing it and it's fucked up. Um, right, give us Tani's card. Oh, Tani, it looks like you've got a sensual card there. Which fits with the collective about the Aphrodite. Freedom, independent. Look, another one about untangling codependency. Independence, self-determination. Independence. Which, like I said, that can scare people. If, like, if anyone's got a fear of abandonment, like you or your person or both of you, and like I said, anyone watching this, if you're on the twin flame journey, you don't need to even be on the twin flame journey, but if you're on that, that is a thing that twin flames do have with each other. You know what I mean? It's kind of like but I just kind of think that look with anyone that you love, that's why do you think the first thing I do before I open my eyes is pray for everyone in my life, because it's like you do want the people that you love to go out in the world and be safe and healthy and happy and live to see another day. Um, but I just think when there's that deeper connection with someone, it's like that can bring this. I'm feeling that in my heart actually, like this extra level of anxiety and fear of being left, or what if something happens to them, you know what I mean? Um, hmm. Right, okay, so 22. But when you build up, but when you have a secure attachment, yeah, you're always going to have, like, if you've got love for people, that hopefully you're always going to have that care and love for them. But the anxiety will leave you. Like, that's not healthy to live like that all the time. Um, like I was just actually explaining that to my neighbour the other day. Like when I'm out with her dog, I like don't let a dog off the lead, and I'm very cautious because I'm like, it's not my dog, right? But I'd probably even be like, I'm my own dog. But because she's wee as well, I'm always just looking out for like cars coming out of nowhere and blah blah blah. or glass, because there's always selfish bastards that are just broken glass over the place, and you know what I mean. It's but I'm like that with kids too. Like when I'm with my nieces, or like you know, whenever I've looked after my friends' kids or that, or when I've worked in childcare for the past 20 years, like I'm the one that's like by them, like making sure they don't fall off the wall that they're running along, or you know, or like my friend's wee girl's a lot older now, but she's a bit of a daredevil, like kind of always jumping off walls and you know, but she's the kind of wee girl that she's like that now too. But like when she was really wee, I remember she'd be jumping off things, she'd fall. She wouldn't even really cry. She'd get back up and like just keep doing shit. Whereas like I've had other people around me, it's like, you know, the minute they fall and you know, and it's you know, children are all different, but it's quite funny. Like they're more resilient than you give them credit for. But that's I'm cautious. And I know that's a bad thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I said, that's my sun in the house of Virgo. That is cautious. Um but yeah. Right, okay, so divine sensuality. Making love erotica. So it does say that. Yes, the mermaids are protectors and champions of sexuality and freedom, allure, and power. To experience physical bliss is not a purely physical event. There's an intimate connection that connects people who make love. I hate that word, but I hate the word hate too, but I'm just, anyway, we're pushing through. It put me off. Or a kiss, or even just shake hands, who touch, and when we exchange this great intimacy with another, there is established between us a strong energetic connection. So it's wise to consider who we make love with, and when and where, and very much why. Sorry, I might not use that word all the time, but I am going on about this all the time with my North Node in eighth house. You shouldn't just be swapping your energies with just anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're taking on all their crap. Um, make but there is also an undercurrent in our culture that still sees lovemaking, sensuality, and the love of pleasure of the body, and the celebration and elevation of that pleasure to an art as something that is laden and twisted with guilt. The tainted sexual beliefs of the medieval era, which led to hatred of the body and sexuality and demonization of women, are still with us in some ways. Even the sexualization of our bodies undermines our ability to make love. Oh my God, I keep saying that word to pleasure ourselves and enjoy the great pleasure and joy that has been gifted to us. The mermaid has come to be a symbol of the temptress, the woman who wishes to draw men and lovers to her. And in many ways, she's a symbol of danger. And so it is with sensuality. If you've drawn this card, it's likely you're ready to explore and dive into your own physical expression of bliss. It may be through ML with cared for other. Achieving greater intimacy in your relationships. I've not read that, but I'm going to read it in a minute. Even experiencing blissful sensual moments while receiving a massage or dancing. I hope this massage is from your lover and not one of those parlors that people go to. But this card encourages you to reconnect with a love of the natural physicality, to explore the pleasure your sensuality can bring to you, and to begin to understand and untangle any lingering cultural or personal guilt you may have about this. There are many beliefs in our culture. By the way, if somebody else wants this, if you let me know, because I'm going if nobody does. There are many beliefs in our culture, many taboos too, that women who enjoy sexual feelings and evoke them in others are impure, courting danger, threatening themselves and other women, and dangerous to men. I mean, like, let's get fucking real. I could be seen as that because I talk about sex quite a lot in my North Node and Gemini, but I'm trying to teach people about stop fucking putting it about. Like, let's not normalize that fucking blonde bird that's like banging 1,000 guys in a day. I seen the thumbnail the other day that was like, she apparently done it with a dad and a son. Sorry, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? Like, how did that even? Oh, I don't. That is just fucking. Honestly, she's got a fucking demon in her. That just makes me feel sick. Because again, there's that that fucks me off too. This is what I was talking about OnlyFans the other day. There's a really twisted kind of normalcy, like if that's word of like, well, it's definitely a different kind of world, but like some of those people can make out that's female empowerment and I'm choosing to do what I want with my body. No, you're fucking twisting it. That's not. Because why do these people end up fucking millionaires and making all this money? Yet then like, yeah, I truly do believe eventually it catches up with you. Your skin's crawling, you know what I mean? They're feeling like they need a fucking exorcism. Do you know what I mean? It's like, anyway. But the truth is, we all have a seductress within us, a mermaid like being who dwells within our psyche and subconscious, who's able to show us how to pleasure ourselves and others and how healing the sacred sensuality is and can be. Is it possible at this time that you're being judged by others for the sexual choices and mates you've chosen or to be about to choose? Please know that it's your birthright to choose freely who you give yourself to and why. The only question is whether this is sacred, honourable exchange, whether this feels like a good choice for you personally. It's time to put aside societal, even cultural. Oh, yeah, this is going on a bit. There's a boundary being broken, though, as long as this is free choice your own and one that brings wisdom, health, and joy and respect. It's not for others to make this choice, it's yours alone to break through the fear. Some of the stuff in this is a bit, some of the stuff is a bit questionable sometimes. But anyway, really breaking it all down, it's just talking about you being in your own energy, having your own boundaries, and like healing your sacral chakra and healing trauma. Because the sacral chakra, although the sacral chakra is about sex, and for women it is about your womb, which is why, like I said, being a womb healer, I clear trauma at the womb, or if you're a man, I clear at the sacral. When you heal sexual trauma, especially, or it doesn't need to be trauma, but I do believe everyone's got some sort of something there, right? Even if it's just from the world kind of not healthy, even just from watching the wrong kind of films and that growing or whatever. Like there's obviously some people have got deeper stuff going on. It's amazing how much of your creativity and your inner child and your fun and innocence really you can get back when you heal that. So wow. People are like, I don't want one of them. I don't want one of those cards. But that was really quite powerful. So I hope that meant something to you. We're lucky I only love the one person. I don't need to share my energy with anyone. Yes, absolutely. Um that's what I said. Aquarius, my birthday is yes. Yes, because it's on Monday, isn't it? Oh right, are you talking to that guy? Because I know that. Sorry, you're talking to that guy. Ignore me. Um, you're very welcome. Right, okay. So, would anyone else like this mixture of these cards before I go? And when I say go, I think I'm just going to go and come back on. Um, yeah, I'm just going to go and come back on, and then wait a minute. What have I got to do? I've got to do Saturday and Sunday. What do you think I should do? Should I do Saturday and Sunday, and then Aries, and then go in the membership, or should I do Aries and then Saturday and Sunday? Got a wee tick list here, guys. So we've done that live. I'll just decide. Hey, I got it. Sorry. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, Jay, I like that name. I've always liked that name. So hello, Jay. And where are you from, Jay? You're a year older than me. And today, I thought you were a year older than me. Are you a year younger than me? Why did I think you were a year older? Oh no, I knew that. I knew that, yeah, because you're the same age as that's my twin flame here. Right. Okay, so right. So Jade. Oh wow. So it was. JJ was. Oh yeah, because I think I said that when I think I said that when I was bringing him through. Do you know another interesting thing is the song that's on right now is by James. We've got JJ, and James, and James Arthur going off on the thing. there's, there's lots of synchronicity going on. Well, you see, the spirit world like to come through in lots of different ways. So I think that's a nice wee way of him coming through to someone else. Um, right. So Jay, would you like a karma card and a mermaid card? Having seen what just that. And Jay, have you just found us? Did you just find me in your timeline, or have you been subscribed a while? Are you a twin flame? Answer all these questions at once. If you want, you don't need to. Um, and did you tell us where you're from? I'm blaming the Aries moon for the assertiveness. I'm like, tell us where you're from and what are your intentions of being. Right. I'm shuffling before to see. I need to know if I've got permission. Right. Sorry, this is so slow. Right, it's 1440, 144. 144 coming in strong. Right. If Jay doesn't let me know either way, I'm about to pull myself cards. I was doom scrolling, but excuse me, you were doom scrolling and you found us. Well, I hope you're saying that we're the ray of light and you're doom scrolling. Did you find me because I titled it "This is the End"? Hold your breath and count to 10. When the sky falls and it crumbles, we will stand tall and face it all together. But after an end, there's a new beginning. So, right. Yes, it's a sing, but I'm sure you mean sign. Where are you from? Yeah, I knew you meant sign. It's fine. I'm telepathic. I knew that's what you meant. Where are you from? And would you like the cards, damn it? Oh yeah, you said sorry. You answered me. Sorry, that's my bad. That's my fault. Right. So what does what does Jay need to know? I had to try and get some sleep, so I'll watch the rest on replay to yes, absolutely get some sleep to So, oh look, it's that one. Own your past. Now remember, I don't know if you know about do you know about astrology, Jay? But just in case you don't, you can enlighten me there. But for those people that don't know, Pisces is all about the past, and Neptune rules Pisces, and we're in the last degree of Neptune and Pisces. So that's why there's so much about the past. Like, look, Tani's card spoke about releasing, accepting the past, and this is also saying own your past. You can't rewrite the past, but you can change how it shapes you. Embrace your choices and let them become your wisdom. So you see, the man is looking in the mirror and it's cracked, or the window, and like accepting something. So this could be you now. This could have been talking about something you had to go through in the past, or it could be something you're yet to do. You'll know better than us. I was scrolling one night too, and it was the best thing I'd done when I stopped on Claire's page. So Jay, enjoy. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Right. Okay. So what have we got to go with that then about Jay owning his past? Nope, but I'm about to find out. Well, there you go. Right, let's see. And did you tell us where you're from? I mean, you don't need to, but I'm just interested. Um, it's always just good to know whether people are from, like, sometimes, like, we've got some, like, that scares me when that happens, but we've got one of our guys found me locally, like he lived here, and I popped up, and then he doesn't live here now, but I was always just kind of like, oh my God, like how many other people did that happen to? And then other people, it's like Australia, like Tunisia in Australia or America and stuff. So Yorkshire, oh, interesting. Who is it? That's interesting. One of my last clients was connected to Yorkshire. So there you go. Um, there's a lot of great mediums in Yorkshire. That I don't know why, but when I was talking about mediums, like, do you know that to be a thing? Like, I think that just sort of springs to mind. Why? Right. What have we got? Reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. Now, it's a 16 on the card, 16 in the tarot is the tower. The tower is when something shocking happens out of the blue. That's what Aquarius season that we're in now is all about. Expect unexpected. It's said that even in astrology, even like the most seasoned astrologers, even psychics, you know what I mean? Because I'm both. It's like uh, don't always know what's coming because it's so unpredictable. Um, so that means when we're in Aquarius season, the weather can be even more unpredictable than what it usually is. But in Scotland, you know, we're quite used to that, and England too, you know what I mean? But it's yeah, there's an unpredictable energy. But yeah, the tower can get a bad rap. But and this isn't the tarot, but it just stuck out to me. Change. It's just big change. So I feel it's about big changes happening in your life. Reflection. So let's see what this says. And then there's the card. So I'm using these watery cards because, like I said, it's all about, oh, look, how that's weird. That's not a coincidence. I was talking about telepathy, and then my hand has opened the book up at telepathy. Non-verbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. Hmm. Right, so 16. So, what you contemplate can actualize. It is time to observe what is around and about you, to truly gaze upon what can be seen and to think on it for a time. It does not mean to worry or to fret over, to turn in this way, and that in a quiet frenzy, trying to find the right thing to do. But it does mean contemplation, a time of gathering all the threads of the half formed thoughts and following some through to their end, reaching a better understanding of what it is you're currently looking at. For there has been a tendency to react. While this has created action and movement in ways, there's not been deep understanding, the understanding that brings even deeper peace. We, the mermaids, are asking you to reflect, to become still, and to truly see what it is that is before you. Reflection also means to have a greater understanding of yourself. There's no outer contemplation that does not have its echo within. So for now, look at what is there and feel the strength of your contemplative times. There is enough time in the world, and you're not lazy for contemplating, thinking, and feeling deeply, which again is the energy that we're in right now, which could be making a lot of people feel very uncomfortable because there's just a weird stillness. Like, if people want to take on board my guidance for this weekend, which you absolutely don't need to do, personal responsibility, everybody do what they want to do. But this is a very good weekend to just be. Although we're now in an Aries moon, and that's like, fuck it, let's go, it's taking action. It's like with that Neptune in Pisces, it's like just let the endings happen. Or for some people, if you're a bit further on with stuff, depending on what I'm talking about, it's actually a good assertive time to put an end to something that's been long over. So whether it's a friendship or setting a boundary with someone or the end of a relationship, you know, it's a good time to take action and just do it if you've been putting something off. Um, but for other people, it's a good time to just be. So, and I'm saying that because Aries moon's about taking action, but when Neptune, that's why I'm saying that about that unlisted I've got to do. Like, I could do it, but there'd be something a little bit different about it, doing it in Neptune and Aries. But it's more important to me like what the person wants. But I'd also do divine timing too. But it is wise to be balanced when reflecting upon the big questions in your life. The process will bring up many emotions. It is wise to make your purpose one of greater understanding, deeper peace, and action that comes from true values. Far too much of recent action has been a reaction, a surge, a movement against something, while this has felt just and right. It has not created results you would wish for. So look at that. That's quite interesting. That's even answering my question about, like, you know, are you rushing something? Like, if something doesn't feel right, maybe it's not right. But know the difference between holding off and holding off and holding off and procrastinating, because people do that for years on end. It's that's why I always say that about divine timing. You can't always say that because I've learned that from time work stuff and life stuff. You'll just keep saying that like it's an excuse sometimes. Just fucking get it done. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it's genuine. So um it is now time to reflect, and in the reflective time, you will be shown the next action to take. Be still, sit a while, gaze at a flower, the sunset, the light on the ocean. Feel the deep peace and the knowing will come soon after this. And the thing you won't know, Jay, is that when I'm pulling you with a card, I'm not just pulling them a card, I'm always praying, and it's light code activations, it's clearing energy. So, if you're open to it, I'm sending that your way, and the clarity, a lot of clarity can come after this. But there's definitely something about just sitting with something, reflecting, and definitely something when it comes to accepting something about the past. Choose to not act at this time, but to stay still, to go deep within, and to observe until you feel you have greater understanding. Reflect upon what has led you to this place and this moment of choice, and reflect upon how you would like to see the now become and the future unfold. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Do not act for now. Seek to understand your own self, not to judge the acts of others. For a time, put aside frenetic action. There may be a panicked kind of urge to do something now before it is too late. However, it is best at this time to stay still. This is so interesting, isn't it? So, person that's due the unlisted, I'm actually really taking that about that too. That's sometimes what happens. That they've answered me in that way because, like I said, I have carved out time for it, but I don't think I'm meant to do that today. Others may be urging you to take action, and there may be a sense of being driven up in circumstance and having no choice, being dragged along by the surge of the current and the tide of opinion. Take the time to reflect, understand each day. This is necessary, or else we become automatons, reacting out of habit, not choosing responses out of wisdom. Do the latter now. Interesting. You got a deep one. So I hope that means something to you. Sit with it a while, reflect. The main thing is reflect, and definitely something to do with the past. And like I said, we can all take that somewhere. Right. So I need to pour some tea before I do anything else. Help me decide, people. Am I doing... Nah, I think I know myself. I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday because by the time I do Aries, I'll just be ready to go in the membership. And oh my God, something I do quite often is I forget to go into the membership. Sometimes I'm like, right, that's me done. And I'm like, shit, I forgot to go in the membership. Because I was even thinking of that about the membership. I'm not going to be in the membership very long because it's just this weird energy just now. But I will pop in. But oh my God, if I end up forgetting again, I'll go in next week. But the reflection card does. Right, well, that's good. But I would take on board the other one about the past too, because for all of us, we are saying goodbye to a lot of the last 14 years. So it doesn't need to be something bad, but Neptune in Pisces Neptune's a 14-year cycle, right? So think about things that have been going on in your life from like 2011, 2012, roughly these kind of times. And think about the things you're grateful for and the things that you'd rather see the back of. That's what this weekend's about, really. Right. Letting go of the past to bring in the new. Let's go on and do tomorrow. So I'm a Libran, I say goodbye everything. Are you a cutthroat one? Are you giving it a bit of King of Swords? Goodbye. You're no longer useful. I'm off. Being the scales that requires balance, yes, absolutely. But Libras can be, very done. You know what I mean? Using logic and reason, and I'm off. Right. I'm an Aries, you see, so I'm here to balance out you Libras. You might not like it sometimes. Look, Blade. That's about cutting people out, by the way. That's everything this live's been about. I'm going to read that. You're invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or to hide the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power, so take decisive action, because the shadow side of Libra is not making a decision. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade and use it wisely. To cut yourself off. Look what I just said as well. To cut yourself off from situations that don't serve you. Right, okay. I'm going to get off of this, so I hope this helped and served whoever it's meant to. And I'm going to pop off and on again to film Saturday and Sunday. So see you if I see you, and I hope this helped whoever. And yeah, like I said, just take the weekend to reflect on what, do some kind of releasing ceremony for yourself. What are you ready to let go of? See what I mean? It does fit with your card for everyone. What are you ready to let go of? And what are you ready to invite in? I done that while I was walking by the sea, because Neptune is the god of the sea as well. It was like I was walking along and I just set an intention while I was at the sea of I'm totally releasing this and I'm welcoming in this and fucking goodbye stuff I don't want. And water's good for that, clearing energy. Right, anyway, I'll be back in a minute.